Hi everyone and welcome back. Thanks for joining again. I am going to take you through a nice little energizing sequence today, which you can do whenever you feel like a little pick-me-up. We're doing a little bit of upper body and a bit of stretches, and yeah, I hope you're going to enjoy it. Let's get on our mats and get moving. All right, let's get moving everyone. Come on down onto the knees. We're going to come into a wide-legged child's pose. So bring your knees out as wide as the outside edges of your mat. Lean forward, walk your hands forward, make it an active child's pose. So immediately come up onto the fingertips. Lift the palms of the heels of your palms up. Rest the forehead on the ground. And really push into your fingertips so your tailbone is pushing back towards the heels. Soften the neck. One more breath here with the pressure under your fingertips, and then exhale, release, bring the whole palm onto the ground. Relax the whole body for a couple moments and focus on your breath. Long, deep inhales. Let the belly move down with gravity. Long exhales, draw the belly towards your spine. Keep that connection to your breath going throughout your practice. And then slide your left arm down and across the chest for a variation of thread the needle. We're going to bring the left shoulder down to the ground. Maybe create a little bit of traction here underneath your left arm. So pulling the shoulder back, and with that really intensifying that stretch that we're creating of your deltoid muscle and also this sort of separation of your scapula. You're really working into the shoulder area. If you want to, take your right arm around into a bind. You can kind of hold on to your inner right thigh. Rest your head. 2 more energizing breaths. Then release your bind. Push into the right hand, slide your left arm out, and then we're going to come into the opposite side. Right arm, right shoulder down. Look over underneath your left armpit. Maybe take your left arm around and into a bind here. Awareness back to the breath. And deep inhale. Exhale to release your arm. Bring your hand onto the ground and push yourself up to seated. Now bring the knees together a little more and lean back for a quadriceps stretch. So lean back as much as feels good. You might stay right here, or maybe you want to come down onto the forearms. That can be quite nice. An indication that you're taking it too far, if you're going onto your forearms, is when the knees lift up. You don't want the knees to lift up. You want them to stay on the ground. So if this position is not available to you, then just stay up here and enjoy the tension that you're creating in this area of your body. Now you can come on down onto the one forearm maybe and reach back with your left arm. And now here, push the left hip forward. So you're going to feel a nice tension here on the left side. And then take another inhale here. And we're coming over to the other side. So onto the left arm. Right arm reaches up, and this time the right hip pushes forward. So you're almost pushing the right knee into the earth here. There's Ori coming to check if everything is okay. Let's come on back up again, and we're coming straight into a tabletop position. We've got 10 breaths here, and we'll go through very intuitive movements. So you can go into your cat-cow, rounding the back and arching You can push into the hands like a cat who's kind of preparing her bed. Really pushing the ground away from you. And maybe a couple of circles of the hips, that always feels nice. Make sure you're going around into both directions. So change it out halfway through. Little clicks of the knees here. Okay. All right. Then let's come back down into a child's pose, bringing the knees out to the edges of the mat again. Reach your arms forward for a couple of child's pose push-ups now. Slowly come up. Keep your legs exactly as they are. Maybe lift the feet, the lower legs up, the shins off the ground. There we go. And then push back again into a child's pose. Slowly come up into a push-up here, chest to the ground. And we're coming back up into child's pose. And again, we'll do this 2 more times. Bringing it down and up and back. Last time, bring it forward. Now stay here with your arms in about a 90-degree angle. Hold it for another 1, another 2. And take a breath in. Exhale, release. Okay. Keep your hands underneath the shoulders. Draw the shoulders back and come on up into a cobra. Push the top of your feet down into the mat. Engage your glute muscles here. Really lift the chest off the ground. A little bit of traction underneath your palms. And look straight down or slightly ahead. Keep a nice straight, long neck. Elbows draw together. Another sip of air in. And exhale. To release. We're going to create some waves here. Come on up. You can push a bit into the hands to lift the chest a little higher and down on your breath out. Coming up. Maybe every time pushing up a little bit higher. And one more time. Come on up. And exhale. Reach your right arm out and then roll over onto the right shoulder. Nice deep stretch of the pec muscle. Maybe some very gentle movements here, rocking back and forth. Okay, roll a little bit forward. Reach your right arm out. And then onto the back. Bring your left knee into the chest. Roll out your foot, your ankle here. Another breath in. Exhale, release, and come on back onto the belly. Other side, left arm reaches out. We're going to bring the right foot over. And again, if you feel like it, you can keep on moving a little bit here. I always like to not get too stuck in my poses. So very small little movements. It also helps me to kind of feel out what my body really feels like, where my tension lies, where my muscles are a little bit short. Okay, roll slightly back, reach the left arm forward, and we're going to come all the way onto the back. Bring your right knee up and into the chest. Roll out your ankle. And then let's bring it back onto the belly. Both hands under the shoulders. Let's curl the toes under and push straight up into a plank. Hold it here. Take an inhale. On your exhale, bring your chin to your chest. Now really push into the hands, round the upper back, and then slowly bring it back to a downward facing dog. Walk your feet out. Become comfortable here. Stretch one leg at a time. Soften your neck. Maybe shake it yes or no. And then step your feet onto the outer edges of your mat. Push the heels down. You'll see that you can actually really bring the heels quite a lot lower here. Sway the hips from side to side. Let your dog say hi to you. Okay, bring your feet back to hip width apart. Lift the heels up now, a couple spinal waves. So tuck the tailbone under, keep your chin in your chest. Slowly, slowly roll the spine all the way forward. We're coming down into a floating upward facing dog. So let the hips melt down and float. If your lower back needs a bit more support, bring the knees down here. If you're okay, keep your knees floating just above the ground. Maybe again sway a bit from side to side. Really feel it out. Open up the chest here. Take an inhale. Breathe out, chin to chest. Push into the hands. So first, really the upper back pushes up. Shoulder blades slide away from each other. That's also called a cobra hood. Push the hips up, back, and high. Deep breath in. On your exhale now, bend your knees, gaze forward, either step or float into a Malasana, a goddess squat. So if you're floating, try to come down as slowly and quietly as possible and with as much control as you can. Maybe let's do that again if you are floating forward. So step back into your downward facing dog. And then first bend your knees, look forward. Look at where you're going, and then come on up into a froggy stance legs. So, and then you're going to bring it down nice and slow. Hands into your knees. And rocking a bit from side to side. And bring your right arm out, open up the chest, reach out far, left arm comes up, inhale. Exhale, hands come together, opposite side, left arm, elbow into the knee, open up. Deep breath in, and exhale, bring your hands back. Now try to sit back without the help of your hands, and as elegantly as possible. So you're going to see now with me, it's not exactly elegant, so bringing the bum down, okay. Bring your legs forward. Slowly release all the way back. We're coming into a plow pose now. So bring your arms up and above the head. Slowly lift the legs up high, high, high. Back up and above. So maybe you can bring the feet down onto the ground. Maybe they're floating up here. That's also fine. Couple breaths. Maybe take your feet wide, just play around with the shapes of your body. When you're in this position, please try not to look left or right. That can really injure your neck. Okay, now you have a couple options. You can bring your arms down for support here, or you can keep them lifted. Hold on to your toes and then nice and slowly bring the whole length of the spine back onto the ground. If you're holding on to your feet, we're coming straight into a happy baby pose. So hold on to the side edges of your feet and then sway a bit from side to side. Push the lower back onto the ground. So this is really a pose to neutralize the lower back especially. Okay, one more breath here. Release your feet, bring your knees down to the chest, little rock and rolls to the side, and then we'll come on up into a seated position. So take it 1, take it 2, and the third one we're coming into a seat. Okay, so I'm just going to turn towards you guys now. Bring your legs in, take your hands onto the knees. Keep your right hand connected, left arm reaches out, bring the shoulder up and in. So it's a really nice and deep twist for your body. You can look back, relax the head here, whatever feels good. Enjoy this little hip opener on this side, but also the twist of the spine. Then let's come to the opposing side, left hand onto the knee. Reach out with your right. Soften the neck. And come on up. Okay, Bring the left leg out to the side. Now circle around with your left arm. Push the hips up high. Deep breath in. And exhale to come down. Now reach down towards your left extended leg with your right hand. Okay, let's do that one more time. Dynamic stretch. Inhale, lift the hips up high. And exhale, come on down into a twist and a stretch. Last time, inhale, lift the hips up. And exhale, bring it down, rotate over here, and maybe hold on to your foot for a couple of breaths. If your foot is not available, obviously a non-bind is always an option here. If your foot is available, I really like to take the hand and hold on to the outside edge of my foot so that I can really then twist myself over and straight. I'm going to let go of that foot now and swap out legs. So left leg comes in, right leg extends. And immediately circle your arm, come on up, inhale, hips come up high. And exhale, bring them down into a stretch here. Inhale, let the hips come on up high. Exhale, circle over to a stretch. And last time, lift the hips up, rise. And exhale to fold. Hold it here for a few moments. And again, you can see I'm bringing my hand onto the outer edge of my foot here. And just remember that every day is different. So sometimes you might be all the way down here, touching the forehead on the shin, no problem. Other days you're going to be up here and feel like, ooh, I actually can't even move any further. So our body reacts differently to climate or stress. Maybe you've exercised quite hard yesterday and your body is stiff. So just be a little bit forgiving. Okay, release. Now bring both legs in for a cross-legged seat. Bring your hands onto the knees, close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth and exhale. And again, deep breath in through the nose. Rise up with your arms. Support that flaring open of the ribs. Exhale through the mouth. And one more time. Inhale, reach your arms up. Now this time, pull or draw your hands to your heart. Plug the thumbs into your heart space. Let's take a moment to find something that we are grateful for today. I'm very grateful for my dogs, especially when they don't bark. Bring a little bit of a smile to your face and then open up your eyes. Thank you so much for joining, and I really hope you've enjoyed that little flow that is supposed to energize the body and bring a little bit of circulation into every inch of your body. I hope to see you again soon, and I wish you a fantastic day.